Hey y'all, hey, and welcome to Tootie's Talk Sense, and I am Tootie. I just finished a live that YNW medley had a mistrial. So I told you I'll be right back, and here I am. I'm right back. Here I go. Here I go. So I'm right back, y'all. Hey. Now, I done got some new subscribers out there. Thank y'all for subscribing. Don't forget to hit all so you can see when I go live. Y'all like the video, share the video. I'm finna let me go here for interview on Storm Monroe YouTube. I'm finna put the full interview. Now, I'm gonna talk about Storm Monroe did a YouTube interview with Lynette Cain. She is the mother of Daniel, and I think his rap name is C something, y'all. It's his rap name, but he is the alleged son of Brandy and Ray J father. So he's supposed to be Brandy and Ray J half brother. Now he was born before they was born, so he's the oldest. But Brandy don't claim the brother. So she said she ain't got no half brother. She said her brother is Ray J. That's her brother she got. She don't know about nobody else now. So that's what Brandy said. I'm gonna put this. I'm also put this invite in here. So because if y'all have watched the interview and y'all want to jump on and talk about it, then y'all could jump on and talk about it. So yeah, I got so many notes on this. Let me start off by saying I really did. I like the lady. I like Lynette, and I want to believe what she's saying. I should have got a picture. Let me see. I'm quite sure it's pictures online, y'all. Because you know what? I had emailed myself an article. Let me go in here and try to pull it. I should have did this before I all started, but bear with me. I went to work today, y'all, at 3:00 this morning. I was at work. And I done got off and came home early, fixed this breakfast. These kids is now on. Oh, this is the screenshot. I wonder if it'll let me pull this up. The screenshot so I can show y'all pictures. Show y'all a picture of the dad and the let me see. Of the dead Ray J. The dead Ray J, the son, and the mama. So I'm hoping that this thing will let me share a picture. No, that's not what I want to share. Okay. This is what's sharing, but if they could bring that up. No, it's not bringing it up. I'm going to remove that. Wait, let me look at it on here. Just give me a minute, y'all. I'm trying to bring up the picture of Ray J and the son. Then I'm going to discuss it with y'all. I'm hoping you get, but it's the thumbnail that I had for the. It's the thumbnail that I had for the thing. The thumbnail that's for this video. And I was hoping it'll let me share with y'all, but it's not letting me share with y'all. Inbox, window, entire stream. Let's see. Is that gonna do it? That ain't it. Let's see. No, okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and continue on with it. I'm gonna remove this. Let me remove this because it ain't letting me do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. But hopefully I can find this article. Christianity. It's called Brandy's Secret Sibling. And I think this was all the way back in 2000, and this is published on 2012. Called Brandy's Secret Sibling. And this is, I know y'all, I need to do better, right? Right, get it together, do better. I'm going to. So this is from, I'm trying to get y'all the full website. Z107.9, and it says Brandy and Ray J silent sibling exposed. Brandy and Ray J may not be the only spawn of Willie Norwood. Who uses spawn? The spawn of Willie Norwood. Don't believe me? Just ask Fix My Life host Ivana, what's the Ivana Van Zane? I should know her name. I watch and Fix My Life so much. I should know how to pronounce this lady name. Who we are told recently invited Willie Norwood to her show in an attempt to lend her hand and bring his entire family together. I want to get this second one up while I'm reading this, because there's another one too. Yeah, that's the stepbrother. Nope. I'm really trying to have a picture up there, and it's not showing me the doggone picture. According to our source, that would include Willie's 42-year-old daughter, Monica, an Illinois resident, 37-year-old Danielle C-Dub Brown. That's his rap name, y'all. C-Dub, an inspiring rapper, and daughter Candy, whose exact age is not known, who we're told resides in St. Louis. So he has Daniel, who is C-Dub. That's the son he denied. He has Monica, 42-year-old. That's another one of his daughter. And he have a daughter, Candy, and don't nobody know her age, and she lives in St. Louis. Now, the daughter, Monica, who lives in Illinois, she actually lived where I grew up, and that's in Maplewood. But it's a project which could not proven to be much easier said than done. That's because an insider exclusively tell HSK Sonja Norwood, and that's why I said, well, they're gonna blame the mama. Sonja Norwood wouldn't stand for it. Know why? Because we're told having Willie's firstborn set of children long before Brandy and Ray J was conceived appear on national television to let the Norwood family secret be known isn't what Sonja believes as fitting for their Hollywood image. And according to our insiders, with Sonja holding the money, she holds the power. According to our insider, Willie works between two churches and make less than $60,000 a year. We're told that left Willie with no choice but to follow Sonja's suit, leading him to cancel his scheduled Fix My Life appearance. We're told Willie left Fix My Life producer with the task of breaking the news to his aspiring rapper son, Danielle, who Sonja is said to be working hard to shut down in the entertainment business before he even enters. Sonja on several occasions has called Danielle a bastard. Goddamn Sonja. It's a Brandy mama. She even told Danielle that he would never make it in the music industry because she blackballed him. HSK has exclusively learned that Danielle C-Dub Brown's mother, Lynette Cain, is about to take action. We're told Cain has plans to pen a tell-all. Now, this was back in 2012. So 10, 11 years ago. I know on the interview that she did with Storm that she was saying that, it's in my book. She showed two things. She showed the DNA test and she showed something else that she said, well, it's in my book. Now, Storm has a Patreon account, and he said that those things are going to be on his Patreon account. I am not a member of his Patreon account. Now, what he showed on the YouTube channel, it's a piece of paper with the picture taken far off, something just like laying down. And let me remove this because I'm done with that. Yo, this doggone camera then went out. And nobody even tell me that the camera was out. And the camera then went out. They playing. And Ray J, brother. Let me see. I'm trying to see on these images. Yeah. That's all I want to show y'all is an image of, and do y'all think they look alike? Y'all think so? That right there, that's Danielle, and that's Ray J. So as I said, Ray J, they say Ray J except his sibling, that he met him and everything. The mama gonna get a story about how they met, but I'm gonna get into that later. But I want to go through these pictures first. Now that's Ray J, and that's the guy. And he was saying that everybody used to tell him, oh, him and Ray J look just alike. And I was like, to me, they do not. And that's because to me, they have different noses. Maybe the eyes may look around the same. I said, but to me, they have different noses. They have different lips. And I'm like, Now, not saying that when people, they look like twins. That's why I was like, they don't look like twins. It's possible that they could possibly be related, but to me, they do not look like twins. And if you see the picture, the thumbnail picture, where I have the picture of his mom there, that is Danielle. He has his mom nose. So I was like, that could be understandable. And I could see that to me, their eyes look similar. But Danielle, let me see. Ray J, Danielle. Let me see if somebody got a Ray J, Danielle, and Willie. This ain't the old Stone Willis. Always out there got them outside families, don't they? Look at Willie. They got Willie, yeah. They got Willie. And I said they look alike. Ray J look like Willie. It's just them little squinty eyes right there for me. But let me go ahead and start with this Storm Monroe here. So Storm Monroe did the interview with Lynette Cain, who's the mother of Danielle C-Dub, the rapper. So, like I said, I related to her story because I like the lady, and a lot of it sounds believable. The only problem I had with it was the dates that she had. I don't know why this fair use is still up from the last time. So the only problem that I had was the dates that she had, yeah. So she said she met Mr. Norwood when she was 9, 10, or 11 at church in Greenwood, Mississippi. And which means he was about 15, 16, or 17, because she says that he's 6 years older than her. So she said she was 9, 10, 11. I'm saying that means he was 15, 16, or 17, because she said they were 6 years apart now. And I said, all my people is from Greenwood, Mississippi, Greenville. I spent all my summers. I'm from Chicago, but I spent the summers as a kid growing up in Greenville and Greenwood, because that's what my granddaddy then was. So I was like, okay, hey girl, hometown, how you doing? Even though Chicago is my hometown, Greenwood and Greenville, like my second home. That's why I sound country, y'all. That's why y'all hear that country twang, that country swang when I be talking, okay? And so they show his mama house, and it looks like the typical Greenwood house. When you see it, you'll know. She said his mama bedroom burned down in 1994. She reached out to her son Willie, who is Brandy daddy. She talking about Brandy daddy, to let him know so he can help her. But she said he said he got to talk to his wife to see if he can get the money. Now, from this comment, I don't think Willie had a job. He had no income. It seems like Sonja, who's Brandy's mama, I call her Sonja, it's Sonja because it's a J. So I'm going to say Sonja, but I'm going to probably pronounce it Sonja, y'all. But y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Brandy's mama. So Brandy's mama was the manager. So she has income. She's getting 15% of of whatever Brandy them makes. So I'm like, I don't remember nowhere, 15, 20%, whatever the managers get. I don't remember them saying that the daddy had a job nowhere. So yeah, he gonna have to check with his wife to see if he can help his mama with her burn down bedroom because it's her money. So I'm like, it's not Sonja's responsibility to get the house fixed. So Willie Butt better get a job or do what he need to do to get his mama house fixed. Because Lynette over there like, oh, well, he didn't get his mama house fixed. How? What he gonna use to get his mama house fixed with? So they said Willie never got the room fixed, and the mama kept calling him, and he began to not pick up, and so the church had to her church end up getting her house fixed. And then they go and show the expensive home of of the parents, who's Sonja and Willie. That's doing Storm Monroe interview. It was some type of interview that they did. I guess the parents had just bought a house, and somebody did a story about the expensive home. She said that Willie would let his mom stay in a broken down house, and the mom spent her money paying for Willie. She said, okay, it doesn't mean Willie had money. That means either the kids bought the house because they show the parents' expensive house. And I'm like, that doesn't mean Willie have money. That means either the kids bought the house or the mom with her manager salary because she was Brandy, and it's the 90s. She was Brandy and Ray J manager, which means she had some dough. So either the kids bought the house or the mama bought the house, but they ain't got nothing to do with Willie money. So she said that Willie let his mom stay in a broken down house, and the mom spent her money paying for Willie to go to school. And so then I had to go look because I'm like, they was talking a lot about Willie finances. And like I said, I was still young in the 90s. So I was like, I don't really know, but I don't remember them, Brandy, them daddy really ever being brought up. I know the mama was the manager. So I said, I wouldn't look it on Wikipedia, right? Because she was like, she, like I said, she said, oh, well, the mama worked hard to pay for him to go to college. And he let her stay in that house, and it was burnt down, and it's all, deteriorating and stuff. So according to Wikipedia, Willie did go to Jackson State Universities in the 70s, but he went on a scholarship. So I was like, but maybe the lady didn't know. Maybe she just assumed that the mama paid for it. But according to Wikipedia, he went on a band scholarship. He joined a group in college called the Composers. He was the lead vocalist and trumpet player. So I'm like, oh, so Brandy and Ray J got their talent from their daddy. Okay. And so the group found mediocrity of success playing the Mississippi club scenes and began coming up for acts such as Shaka Khan and Lou Rawls. Norwood soon moved to Hollywood with the group, where they attracted a loyal following. The fast-paced Hollywood scene caused Norwood to stray from his religious upbringing, causing him and his wife, Sonja Bates Norwood, to move back to Macomb, Mississippi in the late 70s to begin a family as well as to regain focus. He began working with local community choirs in Los Angeles while beginning postgraduate work at California State University. Norwood worked with the choirs, afforded young Brandy and Ray J the opportunity to enhance their blooming musical interests. So it was the daddy working with the choir. That's how Ray J and Brandy got to, starting with the music and everything. And that's, so he had a part to play on how they became successful in the music industry. After putting together Brandy's Never Say Never World Tour and his first commercial album, About It, was released in the late 2001. So she was talking about the mom and them house getting burnt down. That was in 1990s. So like I said, that was the mama money. He released nothing for Brandy them since 2001. So it released in late 2001 under Atlantic Records, receiving a Dove Award nomination and peaking at number 13 on the Billboard Gospel chart. Brandy was featured on the album this was his album. I'm sorry. After putting together Brandy Never Say Never World Tour. So he put together her world tour first. Then he released a commercial album. About It was released in late 2001 on the Atlantic Record, receiving a Dove nomination and peaking at number 13 on the Billboard Gospel chart. Brandy was featured on the album in such artists as Kurt Waldman, Billy Preston, the Williams brothers, Ray J, and Angie Winans. Brandy and Ray J appear as background vocals on About It. Wallen played saxophone. Preston sang on Our Trade, A Lifetime, and Ballad. The Williams brothers wrote, produced the title track, The Search Is Over, also provided a background vocal. A Love Share was written by Angie. Norwood started working with Ray J and Brandy in the studio for their upcoming album. He split with Atlantic Records in 2002. Norwood's second album, Believe, was released in 2016 under Knockout Entertainment. Along with his wife, Sonja, Norwood appeared in Brandy and Ray J, A Family Affair. So that was like I think that was a reality TV show. The series followed his children as they overcame the daily struggles in their family business and follows their daily life. A compilation album, A Family Affair, was released in 2011 to accompany the series. So that's all who the album featured. In 2013, he had a Christmas EP. On November 19, 2013, Norwood released 3-track EPs titled Merry Christmas, and he did a duet with Ray J in 2020. Norwood was credited as being the vocal coach for Brandy. Norwood is a member of Omega Sci-Fi. He married Sonja and had 2 children, who is Brandy on February 11, 1979, and Ray J on January 17, 1981. So let me see. So Brandy was born in 79, and that's when they supposed to have moved back to Mississippi in the late 70s, is what they said. And Ray J was born in 81. So Norwood raised his children in a Christian home. His daughter started singing through his work as part of the local church choir, performing her first gospel solo at the age of 2. Oh, Brandy been singing. She was 2 now, girl. Willie has 3 older children from previous relationship. Now, this is Wikipedia. And they're saying he had 3 older children. So I'm like, Brandy still acknowledging that kid, even though Wikipedia them, and they saying 3 older children in that previous article I just read, they are acknowledging Danielle as his son. So according to celebagewiki.com, Willie is worth, because I'm like, how much money Willie got? Because I wanted to compare Willie against Sonja, because they all talking about how Willie let his mama do this and that, how the mama house was messed up, how blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't know if Willie had money like that. So Willie, they said, was worth one, and this is the only site that I found Willie's worth on, but it said it's worth $1 to $5 million. But the celebritynetwork.com, Willie ain't even on there. But Sonja is on there. And it says she's worth $5 million. And she's Snoop Dogg's first cousin. I didn't even know that. Willie don't go back to Greenwood, Lynette. Okay, so let's go back to the interview. So that's just a little background about the daddy and his worth and his wife and her worth. So Lynette, who's Danielle's mama, this the baby mama, supposed to be the first baby mama now. She said Willie don't go back to Greenwood. Lynette thinks he's ashamed of where he grew up. But I feel like not necessarily, because a lot of people from Greenwood don't go back to Greenwood. It ain't necessarily because of what they're ashamed of how they grew up. It's because it's far. It ain't much to do in Greenwood and Greenville, baby. I tell you, as a kid, it was fun because I come from a big family. Like I said, I'm from Chicago, but my mom, my dad is from Greenwood and Greenville. So a lot of my family is still down there. And so growing up as a kid, we would go down there for the summer. My mom would drop us off. She'd come back home. She worked, back then it was the village. So it wasn't nothing to drop off your kids. And we had a lot of cousins. So it's 7 of us, and my auntie had about 7 boys. So we would have a ball now. We'd be down there having the time of our life, throwing rocks. Y'all want nothing to do down there. We literally came up with stuff to do ourselves. Throwing rocks, running the street, tag, you know what I'm saying? Fighting, wrestling. That's what we did. But I said, when she say he didn't go back to Greenwood because he was ashamed, that ain't necessarily true. It probably was. And then depending, because a lot of people, if you think about the Great Migration and people who know the African American history, that's when a lot of the blacks from the South moved up to the North. When they moved up to the North, they moved to majority New York, Detroit, Chicago. Hence me. So That's a long drive, baby. That's 12-hour drive. That's what a lot of people do. My mama made it back, and I would too, to drop off them doggone kids. She needed a break. Now, but on the regular, yeah, wait a minute. Let me mute this real quick. My baby wants something. Hold. I'm back. That's my daughter. She trying to, I had it on mute because I know her. And she over there, hey, tell them I said hi, mama, you on live. Hey. Yeah, you is not getting on here, girl. The world is not ready. But anyway, and I said that doesn't necessarily mean that he was ashamed because he didn't go back to Greenwood. Sometimes when you move, it's hard to get back. And he had all that stuff going on. He had Brandy and Bray J. They probably traveling, all types of things he was doing. He supposed to be the vocal coach, and he was working at different working with different choirs. It just sometimes it's hard to get back home. So I don't necessarily think he was ashamed of where he came from, but that was her opinion. So he said Willie paid for the mother funeral. Willie paid for the mother funeral, but asked his siblings for the money back because it was Brandy money that he borrowed. This is what Lynette said now. She said the mother passed. Willie paid for the funeral, but he was like, can y'all run me my money back? Because I done borrowed that from my daughter, and she gonna be asking me for my money, for her money back. And so I need y'all to pay me back for burying mama. That's what she said. She started dating Willie. Now, this is the only part that I was like, and anybody didn't watch this interview, see if y'all could explain it to me and see if I just got it wrong. Because I'm like, I don't really get this part. And let me put this on so I can see y'all comments. So she said she started dating Willie at 16, and he's 6 to 7 years older. So that means he'll be 22, 23. And I'm like, and I'm not sure about this because that would mean he was in college. And he went away for college. He went to Jackson State, and she was in Greenwood. So I'm like, it's possible that he could be coming home. I don't know, but I'm like, that date didn't really add up because he was away in college. But then she said, but they didn't have sex until she was 19, and she had her baby at 20. So I was like, okay. She said she had the exact day because it was her mama's birthday, and she said she remember. So she said they had sex August 26, 1974, and her mama on her mama's birthday, and her son was born in 1975. So she said, I said, if you do that math, that would be Willie would be going on 18 or 19, and she would be 12. So I can figure is that she thought Willie was older. Let me see. Because I'm trying to figure out how she said she started dating Willie when he was 16, when she was 16, which means Willie was 22. But she didn't have sex with him until she was 19, which means Willie would have been, 25. She said her son was born the next year. But she said she did a DNA test. She say later that she do a DNA test. Okay, so she dropped her back off at the AT. AT didn't like it because he was an older guy. So after they went and did their thing, she said Willie dropped her back off at her auntie house because at that time she wasn't living with her mama. Her mama had moved somewhere else. She was living with her auntie. So Willie dropped her back off at her auntie, and the auntie didn't like it because he was an older guy. And the auntie said, "Well, you been with your little fast ass." Now I'm looking like, if you 19 and Willie is 25 or something like that, why is that ain't that much older? So I don't know. So at this time, especially in the South, people always blame the girl. Like a lot of it still goes on now, but if she was young, and it seems like she was young, because she said you with that old man, you too young, where your fast ass been. And instead of saying that old man, why is you with this little young girl? You don't say your ass is fast. So I said, but you have to realize that's a lot. That was a lot of the mentality, especially women back in the day, and still a lot of it is. I said, and then you will realize why R. Kelly got away with what he did for so long. Like I said, during the Great Migration, right? When the I want to say it was like 5 million in total of the African Americans moved from the South up to the North, right? Because of the racism and everything that was going on. Now, and escaping slavery, everything, it was years. But you got to realize a lot of the from the South came to Chicago, Detroit, New York. So a lot of those women, those views, and you hear with R. Kelly, a lot of why he got so many women supporters still now to this day from Chicago, these diehard friends and everything, they was raised in the South. And that's just their mentality. It ain't blaming the man. It's always like, well, what you do, how you entice him. That's just how a lot of them are. And it's rarely the man's fault. So it makes sense if she was 12 and he was 18. For the auntie to think she was too old, but it doesn't make sense if she was 19 or 20 and he was 26 for the auntie to say he was too old. Plus, according to Wikipedia, he had moved to California in the 70s and then moved back to Macomb until the late 70s. In the early 70s, he moved to California. He didn't move back to Macomb, Mississippi until the late 70s. But Wikipedia could be wrong. However, she did say the next day he said he was moving. So it still could be, he still could have left in the 70s because that was 1974. And she said that was the last day she seen him. She found out she was pregnant a couple of months later. She reached Willie in November of 1974. She said she started calling in September of 1974. And this adds up because Wikipedia said he had moved and he had a group. He had a group, and the singer group, he was the lead vocalist and the trump player. And they had moved to California. And she said she started calling in September, and two different guys would pick up the phone. I'm assuming if he moved to California and he moved with his group, this would be his group members. So I said that part would make sense. That would add up. So she said two guys would answer when she was calling. She was trying to get in touch with Willie to say she was pregnant. He finally answered the call. She told him she's pregnant, and he said he was married and he's moving from there. He told her, "Oh, you? Well, I'm married and I'm about to move, so I don't know what to tell you." But she was like, she said, "Okay," and hung up. So she said she found out he was lying and he wasn't married. But then he did eventually got married to Sonja, Brandy mama, in March or April of 1975, and her son was born in May of 1974. Her first son met Willie's mother when he was 6 weeks old. So she said her son met Willie because Willie's mama Manu still was in Mississippi all this time, and she was still in Mississippi. So she had her son, and when her son was 6 weeks, she took him to meet Willie's mama. She said her mama was mad, but she did it anyway. She said the mama would keep her son anytime she go back to Greenwood. And I'm like, and that's absolutely how it is. And you got to realize too, people joke about it all the time, that back in the day, the men would have two houses, especially the ones from Mississippi who would travel to Chicago, or the ones that's from Mississippi and got a house in Chicago. Sometimes they'll have a whole family in Mississippi, and the people in Chicago, your whole family in Chicago didn't even know about your family in Mississippi until you passed and they found out at the funeral. But that's another story. That ain't what happened here. But that's what used to go down in the DMs. Then the DMs was Mississippi back then. But she said anytime that she would go down there, because she had started moving, changing her life and stuff too, but anytime she would go back down to Greenwood, his mama would watch her son. So you know how they say mama's baby, daddy's maybe. But a lot of, especially men, whatever they mama say, that's what they believe. So if that mama seen that baby and be like, yeah, that's my grandbaby, the mama watched the baby, even though your son may not be right at everything, you believe that's your grandbaby, then she gonna keep the baby. But when y'all just seen the paternity court and stuff, when no mama don't think that that's that baby, they don't have nothing to do with it, okay? So yeah. I say when Brandy was doing the Moesha show, Willie Mama didn't have cable and didn't have money to pay bills. This is what Lynette is saying now. This the baby mama. She said when Brandy was doing the Moesha show, Willie Mama, the grandma, Willie Mama didn't have cable and didn't have money to pay bills. She had to cook cakes and cookies and sell them to pay bills. She said it was in an inquiry. She said it was all over the thing in an inquiry, but I couldn't find it. So according to Google, the Moesha show was from 1996 to 2001. And so when I go back to what Wikipedia said, his career was he didn't have anything produced or was not working on his group from the 70s until he did Brandy album in 2001. Let me stop this stream. Until he did Brandy album in 2001. So again, it was Brandy Mama who had the money, not necessarily him. So Storm asks, do you think it was Sonja who didn't want him to take care of his parents? I should have had me some Tito's because my mouth is getting dry. Y'all, this interview was long and I need something to drink. But I'm gonna continue. So Storm asks, do you think it was his parents? Do you think it was Sonja the reason why he didn't take care of the parents? She was friends with his auntie, Anna. So she was friends with Willie auntie, whose name is Anna. And Anna used to say Sonja didn't want him around the family. But again, these are Southern women who typically blame the woman for everything. So for me, I take that with a grain of salt. Like, Willie don't want, maybe Willie just didn't want to be around his goddamn family. Maybe the family was gonna ask him for some money that he didn't have, and he'll have to go ask his wife, his kids for the money. I don't know if necessarily that was Sonja now, but that's what Lynette said, y'all. So the family said Willie would come to Greenwood and would never spend the night with his mom. But when he did, his wife would go stay somewhere else because Miss Norwood's house wasn't clean enough. And I don't blame her. Like Lynette said at the beginning of the interview, right? When they showed a picture of the lady's house, she was like, it was how deteriorating and stuff it looked on the outside. So she said, you know, if it looked like that on the outside, imagine on how it's looked on the inside. And she said that the mom and dad mattress was on top of tire rims and that's how they bed was and that's how they were sleeping, right? And so that's when she was talking about Willie didn't, take care of his mom and stuff. But I'm looking like, now, if the husband wanted to go stay there, I would not stop him. But I am not going to go stay there and sleep on top of these tire rims, this mattress that's on top of this tire rim. And according to Lynette, the inside was just as horrible as the outside. So yeah, that woman probably did not stay there at that house and stay in them in-law houses. I don't know if I would either, so I can't even fault Sonja on that. I don't know if I would either, baby. So Lynette said he stopped going to Greenwood and stopped by and speak to his parents. This I'm gonna say this camera didn't cut out again, but he lived in Macomb, so he had him and his wife. And Brandy and Rachel, they lived in Macomb. So what else is he supposed to do? If he's stopping by and speaking to his parents in Greenwood, yeah, he wants to take his butt to Macomb. He's supposed to go home. He got a wife and kids. But Storm said he feels like Sonja is controlling and was trying to create a Hollywood image, and these outside kids didn't fit the image. Now, that's the same thing that article just said. Lynette says she thinks she's in competition with Kim Kardashian. She thinks Sonja is in competition with Kim Kardashian. I said, how? Maybe she meant Kim Mama, because how? Kim wasn't even. Yeah. So this was the 90s. She said she didn't want to call Willie at her. So in the 90s, she said she didn't want to call Willie at her mom's house. So she took her son down the street to the payphone and said, let's talk to your dad. I said, now why, Jesus? Why? Why, Lord? Why? Why would you take your son down the street to the payphone to go talk to his dad? Now, the boy was born in, what she say, 75. It's the 90s. You haven't talked to the man since. Why is you setting your son up for failure like that? Why don't you go see what's going to happen before it happened in front of your kid? Let's see, 70, what she say, 75? So that's 85. And this was the 90s. So the boy was like, what, 15, 16? When you taking him down now to on the phone, so it ain't like he can't understand what's going on. You don't know what's finna be the reaction from his daddy, and he ain't seen the boy 15, 16 years, or what he gonna say if his feelings gonna get hurt. Why would you take your okay? So she took the boy because the mama, it already said it already sounded like the mama didn't think she should be bothered with this boy, with Willie Norwood anyway. So because she said when she took her son that year to see the grandma, the mama got mad at her when he was 6 weeks old. Now she's saying she didn't want to call Willie when the son was about 15, 16, because she said in the 90s, she didn't want to call Willie in the 90s at her mama house. So she went down the street to use the payphone. So you call him first. Okay, you call first. She calls, and Sonja mama answered the phone, said they wasn't there, and she tells her mom that Willie and her got a son together. Why is you telling his wife mama? So she gonna tell the wife mama, well, you know, Willie and I got a son together. She called, and the mama was like, what? Willie got a son? So the mama tell her what time to call back because they weren't there. So she called back. Willie and Sonja answered the phone. Sonja said the child was a bastard and her and Willie would never accept him. Sonja spoke for the both of us. I said, when we got married, we became one. So that bastard. Sonja spoke for the both of them, baby. Willie was probably just there like, what she said. So Willie then goes off on his mama for giving Lynette the phone number. And Willie mama tell Lynette to never call her anymore. So then Lynette is in Illinois. She tried to get child support in Illinois. And baby, that Illinois child support system ain't shit. Shit. I've been there, done that with my oldest. Little sad note, I'm taking a break. Little personal story. Do you know that they ordered my oldest father to pay $42 a month? A month. Not a week, baby, a month. I said, what the fuck I'm gonna do with that? I said I was trying to stop cussing, but it ain't working. It ain't even got Tito's tonight. I can't even blame it on Tito's. I just be cussing, okay? So she said when she called the child support system, right, the lady picked up the phone. And the lady was like, oh, what, when she taking down her information, I guess she said the baby daddy name, Willie Norwood. And she was like, what? Willie Norwood? That's my cousin husband. And so that was Sonja's cousin who took her information. And she was like, man, I know you finna delete my information, so I can't get child support from your cousin husband. And she was like, girl, no, I ain't finna delete your information because I ain't finna lose my job for nobody, right? But later she found out, she called back to or got transferred or something like that. They couldn't find her application, so she assumed the cousin deleted her information anyway. So on June 27, 1997, her son met Willie for the first time in Huntsville, Alabama. Now, I'm assuming this is where that picture that I showed y'all. Let me see, do I still got it up? That picture of Ray J and Danielle. Let me see. Meeting at that is not it. Quit playing with me. Doggone computer. Nope. Ray J and Danielle. Yeah, this picture right here, y'all. I'm assuming this is the picture of them meeting at the radio station. So she said they met in, what day was that? 1997. Her son met Willie for the first time in Huntsville, Alabama. So a friend of Danielle went to the owner of the station and says Ray J brother wants to meet him. So I guess Ray J was up there doing something for, his tour, his album, something. Ray J was up there at the radio station. So a friend of a friend of Danielle went to the owner and said that Danielle, wanted to meet Ray J because they brothers. And so the owner saw the son and said, yeah, they look just alike. And he set it up for them to meet. And after he did, the two of them, they met back up, and Ray J told his dad, oh, so they set it up for them to meet. But Ray J had to go finish 2 more songs. And so after he finished the songs, the guy met back up with Ray J, and he took Ray J took Danielle to the back wherever. The daddy came from around the corner. Ray J was like, you denied you was able to deny the one yesterday, but you was able to disown the one last night, but you can't disown him. And Ray J said he's going to take him back with him. And so he told him, I guess it was, and I'm like, so I don't know, Willie, especially back in with Mississippi, baby, Papa was Rolling Stone apparently, because it seemed like from that conversation, somebody came out the night before and was like, that's my daddy. And Ray J daddy was like, it wasn't me. I ain't that boy Pappy. And so Ray J like, so you denied the one yesterday, last night, but you ain't finna deny him, daddy. Who is this? And it's my brother not. And so Ray J ended up saying he finna take the boy back with him. He go back and forth with his daddy, and his daddy like, you got to talk to your mama. You just can't be bringing home my illegitimate kids, and your mama gonna have a problem. That ain't what they said, but that's what I'm saying. Okay, so Danielle. So days later, Danielle. She said Danielle kept calling the daddy, and Sonja, Brandy mama, didn't like it. She said, so one day she go to Danielle's house, and him and his friends at the phone booth. And he said he wanted his friends to hear him talk to his dad. So I'm like, yeah, so that sounds like clout chasing, before clout chasing was a word back in the day. Because why is you out there at the payphone? Because she said Danielle didn't have no house phone. She didn't pay for him an apartment, but she didn't pay for him no house phone. But it was a little payphone outside. So he had his friends outside. So because I guess he been like, I'm telling y'all, Ray J them is my brother. And so he was calling the daddy so his friends could hear him talk to the daddy. And so the mama walked up doing this while he was doing this. So he called one day. Sonja picks up, and it becomes a back and forth where Sonja said he threatened her, but the son denies it, and the mom and the friends was there, and she said he didn't do it. So Sonja had told Willie, Sonja told Willie that she had picked up the phone one time when he called, and the mom was like, she was right there when he called, and he was telling her, oh, you don't need to have problems with me, me and you'll get along, I'm a nice person, I'm gonna bring you flowers, whatever. Sonja hangs up the phone. Sonja tells Willie that Danielle threatened her. So Lynette called Willie, and him and Sonja was on the phone. And Sonja said she's tired of Willie calling. Not Willie, she's tired of Danielle calling. She like, Danielle's calling this house all the doggone time. I'm tired of him calling in here every doggone day. That's what I think she said. She just said what she actually said was that Sonja said she was tired of calling. So Sonja said, if you want Willie to be involved in Danielle's life, then she takes her kids and Willie won't have it. She said, if you want Willie to be involved, then she gonna take her kids, who is Brandy and Ray J, and Willie won't have a damn thing because her kids are the ones with the money. Which is facts. It's true. And what I've been thinking the whole time is that Willie, unemployed ass, ain't got shit. Ain't got shit. His wife and his kids do, like Matthew knows. You know how Matthew knows it just came out. I did a video on that too. But why y'all talking about some Brandy and Ray J? Like the lady said, this is my kids and this is my kids' money. Now, if you want to go ahead over there with that one and now, what she said. Now she said one moment you won't answer the calls, then the next moment my son is threatening your wife. Maybe she just didn't mention, because I'm like, when did he want to be involved? Because you said you ain't see him since you told him about the pregnancy. When you called, since you ain't see him since the day after y'all had your sex and you got pregnant. You called him months later to tell him you was pregnant. He said, okay, that was the end of it, and you didn't talk to him again until the boy was 16. So I don't know, but she was like, so I don't know what his moments at where he wanted to be involved, but that's what she said. So she said, you know, you want to come. Sometimes you want to be involved. Sometimes you don't. So she rather him not be involved because she had to deal with her son hurt, which is true for a single mama. Like and Tupac said, even though we had different daddies, same drama. When things go wrong, you blame mama. Because even though don't when a single mom and a man ain't there, you have to deal with the hurt of him say he gonna come pick him up, the child out there waiting, the why daddy don't love me, why daddy didn't come pick me. You got to answer the questions and everything. So that I understand, and I completely agree that it's easier sometimes than to let that kid expectations up and you not come through. That sometimes women just feel like, baby, it's just better that you just go about your way and stop hurting my child. Then it's back and forth. You come in, sometimes you there, sometimes you not. So one time after Ray J show, family friend told Ray J about his brother, he gave his so there was a show, and I guess because Willie also is supposed to be a rapper, so they have friends, I guess, who's in the industry. So he had a family friend that one day went up to Ray J and gave Ray J Danielle's number. And Ray J was saying like, no, I don't want nothing to do with it because my mama don't want him to talk. And he kept talking about how his mama was there, and I guess how his mama get upset. She calls Willie and see if so. Then Lynette, now, like I said, Danielle's supposed to be trying his thing out with this rapping thing. C Dub is his name. Or D Dub. Is it D Dub? Probably D because his name is Danielle. D Dub, maybe. So she calls Willie by, this Lynette now, the baby mom, Danielle mom. Now, even though the name is Danielle, this is a man. This is a boy. This is a male. As a boy. So she calls Willie and say, see if you can get Danielle a record deal. I said, wait, what the what? Now, if you didn't have Willie number, I said, why is you just not calling? You could have been called Willie, but you gonna call Willie and say, see if you can get Danielle a record deal. Now you already had the boy on the phone with his friends and to say so the friends can hear him talking to his daddy. And the next time you talk to him is to say, see if you can get Danielle a record deal. But I guess that's one of them like pay me for my pain type things. I don't know. So I said, what? So she tell Willie how Danielle is open up for different artists and he gets him a record deal. If she said that Danielle is open up for different artists, and if he gets him a record deal, Willie won't have to pay child support, and what he owes, he can consider it paid off. So she said, you ain't gonna put you on child support, and that child support you do owe me, you consider it paid off if you get this record deal. I said, wait a minute, let me see. Let me see if I can pull it up. It says at like the 46 minute mark. Let me see if I can pull it up. Because I said, wait, what now? Cause that ma'am, sounds like blackmail. It's gonna look commercial going, and then I'm gonna share the screen with y'all. I just wanna this little part. And like I said, the link for the full thing is in there.
I asked him, I told him who I was, and now check this out. And I said, I got a CD here, Danielle. I've been opening up for all these different artists, and they pretty good and stuff, And if I send you this CD, Willie, can you get him and his group a record deal? And I said, if you get him a record deal, you don't have to pay no child support, or the child support that you should have paid, consider it paid off. Just do me that favor. He told me he couldn't do it because if he did it, Sonja would get mad. And why would I want him?
I thought he said something about divorce.
Yeah. So that's what she said. Now y'all heard what she said. I said, now that do sound like you trying to blackmail the dude. I would think. If I was Willie, I'd probably think you're a little money hungry, but like, let me test and see if this dog over my baby. Because wait, what? You're gonna take away 18 years of child support if I pay him his deal? So Willie said he couldn't do it because Sonja would get mad. And why would he do that? because the music industry is bad, and he don't want Danielle to get in the music industry because it ain't all it's cracked up to be. Storm asks, do she feel like the Norwood blackballed her son? So she said the last 2 years, yeah, that's my alarm going off for something. Okay. So she said the last 2 years, listening to Jack Wright, and I said I stopped right there because I said, baby, I ain't trying to offend you people who watch it. But I'm like, anytime I hear somebody be like, because Jaguar Wright said, I'm like, but that she found out, how she found out that Andrew, listening to Jaguar Wright, that's how she found out that Andrew was dead. Andrew tell her they would never get into the industry because Andrew had told her that they would never get into the industry because everyone knows them, and Sonja had blackballed them. And I'm like, but I'm like, Sonja blackballed y'all, but you just said, and you'll watch it if y'all go watch the interview before she called for this deal. When she said he was torn, she had mentioned 112. Now, if this is the 90s, 112 was big. 112 was the shit back then, okay? So I'm like, if he was torn with 112, he was not blackballed. But yeah, okay. So I don't know if the Storm cut some parts, but the next was just a picture of the printout of her start talking about, and said the DNA test came out, and when they did the TV show, The Norwood Family Business, she asked her son one day, do you not think I don't know who your father is? Because I see you get annoyed when you're around your friends and they're with their daddies. And I said, that is about the craziest explanation I have ever heard of why you think your son think you don't know who the father. So she asked her son, because she had seen her son being around his friends, and he began to like act out and stuff. Being around his friends and his friends being around their daddies. So he began to act out. So she was like, you don't think I know who your daddy is? I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, why did your bag go there? I would say, oh, he's acting out because he missed his father, or because his father's not involved, or because of envious or jealousy, but not because I don't know who his father is. If I didn't told him this man is your father your whole life, where the hell would that come from? But she said she paid $350 for a DNA test on Melvin. So Melvin is one of Willie brothers. So they went out 3 times, but he never came to the door, and she lost the money. She said World Hip Hop, the post on Danielle going and asking Willie for a DA, and it went worldwide. So Willie nephew Anthony. So Danielle had went on a post on the World Hip Hop. This is what she said, World Hip Hop song. I don't really know which one she's talking about. But she said he had went on there, asked for DNA. It went worldwide. But Willie nephew Anthony, who's Willie's baby brother son, so was on Facebook, saw the post, sent Danielle a friend request. So that's Willie, his daddy, with Brandy Ray J damn daddy, nephew, saw the post of Danielle asking Willie for a DNA test. He sent him a friend request. They became friends. He said he would do the DNA test. So they went to Columbus, Mississippi to pick him up. Anthony and his wife stayed with Danielle for about 2 or 3 months. I said, wait, what? Now I'm supposed to be picking you up for a DNA test, and your wife coming, and then the wife and they stayed with Danielle for 2 to 3 months. I said, that sounds like somebody trying to get over, but okay. All right. So they did the test with the cousin, and it came back that they was related. Now that's the picture I told y'all that it's just like a picture like this, y'all. Like, so you can't really see what the thing says, but Storm said the stuff is on his Patreon. So I'm assuming you'll be able to see the results on his Patreon, but you can't see it from that YouTube that he showed. So Willie's oldest daughter is Monica. She lives in Maywood. Brandy acknowledged her, and Danielle and Monica and she says Danielle and Monica has a good relationship. So she said her son, Brandy acknowledged the oldest daughter, who's Monica, and her son and Danielle has a relationship, but Brandy don't acknowledge her son. Brandy and Ray J did attend the grandma's funeral, and she said the son has a relationship with the uncles, but not the sisters. And like I said, that's that Mississippi women, baby, because them brothers, them brothers know what they brothers out there did and who they slept with and who they didn't. So whether or not they know that baby is theirs or not, it don't matter, because as long as that your brother claim them, you gonna claim that as your niece or nephew. Them sisters be over there like, it ain't him. Nope. They have a lying. So she said, like the uncle, her son has a relationship with, but the sister he don't have a relationship with, but he have a relationship, I want to say, with the sister daughter. Yeah. Now that's that. That interview was like 45 some minutes. It was one part up in there, and that's the only thing that really messed me up, because she said it was the ages that she said she had him when they had sex at 19, but which means Willie Daddy should have been 25, 26 is what she said. But at 19, he wasn't in Mississippi. He was away in college. And I was really thinking, and I didn't write it down, it was something that made me pinpoint her age to be around 12, 13. So I was like, so unless she had sex with him at 12, 13, and she don't want to put it out as she had that baby at 12, 13, then the ages wasn't really adding up as far as when she said they had sex and the age that he was, in the age that the baby was. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Because I was like, wait, that don't make no sense. She started dating Willie at 16. And he was 20 something. And I was like, oh yeah, she started dating him at 16. When she said he's 6 years older, so that means he was in his 20s. And he went away to college, so that means he should have been away in college. So unless it was like, maybe it could have been the summertime. Maybe it was the summertime and they came, and that's when they was dating. But she said they didn't have sex until she was 19. And that was 1974. And her son was born in 1975. So if you do the math, because Willie was born in 1955, that means Willie would have been 18 in 1974. That's how I did the math, y'all. So check my math, y'all, and see am I right on this. Where my phone get? Because Willie, according to Wikipedia, y'all, according to Wikipedia, if they got these birthdays right, Brandy their mama Sonja is 5 years older than Brandy their daddy. I said that's probably another reason why she was end up being in control of the money and everything. She was older. She knew what she was doing. She knew better. So I'm trying to. Don't you hate when you looking for something, then you can't find nothing? Oh, there goes my calculator. So if he was born in 1955, and the son was born, and she said, and they had sex in 1974, which means he was 19. But she said he's 6 years older than her. And she said she was 19 when they had sex. So I'm like, unless he was, and his birthday is November, and they had sex in August. So he wasn't 19, he was 18. That means he was 18 when they had sex. And that would more make sense, because that means he probably was a senior in high school and he hadn't went away to college yet. But if he was 18 and he's 6 years older than you, then you was what? Is what I'm saying. So I'm like, unless she's right, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going crazy. That's why I put 12 or 13. So unless she somehow got some dates wrong, or don't want to admit how young she was when she had the baby and how old he was, because those dates don't add up. or Wikipedia got the year he was born wrong. Because if he was born in 1955, y'all had sex in 1974. He's 18, and you said he's 6 years older than you. So that means you were 12. You were 12 when you had sex with this 18-year-old, and you had the baby at 13. But you're saying you were 19 and you had the baby when you was 20. No, you had the baby at 19. So other than that, all the rest of her story sounded believable. All the rest of her stories add up as far as the dates when she said he moved and she was calling and two different guys. According to Wikipedia, he had left with his group and they had went to Hollywood. So that adds up and everything. Only thing that don't add up is these dates, and I don't know why. So y'all find out if y'all can find more information about it. I didn't find her the year she was born and how old she is. Now I found Willie and Sonja because they celebrities, so I found that on Wikipedia, but I didn't find the year she was born. So I'm like, I don't know if she's trying to hide the age that she was when she had sex or when she had this baby, because 12, 13, unfortunately, that happened then. Hell, I'm younger than she is, and I know somebody who had a baby at 13. So it happened, but I don't know if why she would lie about what age she had the baby, and that means she was 12 and he was 18 when not when they had the baby, when they had sex, which means she would have been 13 and he was 19 when they had the baby. Other than that, I don't know why the dates ain't adding up. And if she told Willie that, that's probably why Willie ain't. It's probably why Willie ain't claiming that baby, because he like, you lying, because that I wasn't even messing around with you when you was 19. Because by the time she was 19, she was already with Brandy, because they said Brandy was born. He was already with Brandy mama, living in a whole nother different state. And then they moved back to Mississippi. Because I want to say Brandy was born in 79. I think that's it. That Brandy was born. Let's see. If I'm not mistaken, Brandy was born in 79 or something like that. And Ray J was born in 81. So yeah, Brandy was born February 11, 1979. And Ray J was born on January 17, 1981. So by the time she was 19, let me do some more math. Hopefully my phone won't cut off. So if she's correct that Brandy daddy is 6 years older than her, so 1955 plus 6, that means she was born in 1961. So 1961 plus 19, that would have been, in order for her to be 19, it would have been 1980. And so, yeah, he'll be like, yeah, that ain't my kid, because I wasn't even back in Mississippi in the 80s. And I wasn't even with you. I wasn't messing around. I was married. I was on my way. His wife would have been pregnant with the second child, because Brandy was born in 79 and Ray J was born in 81. So I understand why he would deny it if she gave those dates. And maybe her dates is just off. Maybe the years and whatever. Which I'm pretty sure you would know how old you was when you had your kid. But maybe her dates as far as how old she think he was is off. Or him being that much older than her or whatever. Maybe that's off. Because other than that, that's why I got confused at. I watched the interview once. I had to go back and rewatch it because I was just like, wait, the math ain't mathing, y'all. Math ain't mathing. And like I said, I seen the pictures. To me, I was like, they have similar eyes, but Danielle has his mom nose, and to me, him and Ray J don't have the same lips, and they're not the same skin complexion. I always go by skin complexion because all my girls are light bright, and I light bright, and their daddies is not light bright, but my granddaddy is. So, but his mom is lighter. And Ray J is a lighter, it's a brown. She probably about because I don't consider myself light. Okay, I'm a caramel. I'm a nice brown complexion. Okay, so his mom is a brown. Ray J, their daddy is a brown. He's a darker brown, but that son look dark. But we black. We come in all shades, and because of all the mixing that didn't happen throughout the generation, sometimes a baby come out and that color be 2-3 generations away. You never know. Yeah, but go ahead. Y'all tell me what y'all think about the whole situation. And did anybody see the DNA test? Like I said, when Storm Monroe is a far off picture, so I can't really tell. Plus, I don't trust any DNA pictures that's through a male, because I don't know that your mama told the truth about. I be watching maternity court, and when they test like somebody else, when they test a male of the family and be like, "Oh, y'all not related," I don't trust that, because I don't know if your mama lied. How I know that's your deed? If the man in past and he got kids with the first wife or second wife or something, and they other kids, I don't even know. How I know that you told the truth, that those kids are his? How I know that I'm the kid who he is, and all them other ones you lied about? But that's just me, because I'm petty like that. But she said she did a DNA test on the cousin, and it came back that they're related. I didn't see it. It's just a picture of a paper, but you can't see the details of the paper. So I don't know where that's going to end up at, and I don't know if the up close is on. It's probably on Storm Monroe Patreon page, y'all. But tell me what y'all think about those dates. Tell me, did I do something wrong with the math, or did I not hear it right, or misunderstood what she was saying? Y'all, tell me what y'all think about the situation. Do y'all think that he look like Ray J? Do he look like Willie? Do he look like Brandy? Do you think they look anything alike? Do you think that's Willie baby? Do you think that I's that baby pappy? Yeah. So go ahead, comment, like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the video. Press the button, boop, and go ahead and like the video. Don't forget to subscribe and share, y'all. I'll catch y'all next time. Bye.